It was 2020. The world was reeling from the COVID-19 pandemic. Every news channel, every social media feed, every conversation seemed to revolve around the virus. It was a time of unprecedented global crisis. Fear and uncertainty were everywhere. People were scared for their health, their jobs, their future. The air was thick with anxiety and no one knew what the next day would bring. Like many healthcare professionals, my wife, a dedicated nurse, answered the call. She had always been passionate about helping others, and this was her moment to make a difference. She accepted a travel nurse position in another state. It was a chance to be on the front lines, to provide care where it was desperately needed. It was a difficult decision, but one we believed was necessary. We spent countless nights discussing the pros and cons, weighing the risks and benefits. Our family was facing financial strain, and the opportunity promised higher pay. The pandemic had affected our income, and this job could help us stay afloat. We told ourselves it was temporary. Just a few months, we thought. We could handle it. We had to. We told ourselves we could make it work. The distance was hard. We missed her terribly. Every day felt like an eternity without her. Video calls and text messages became our lifelines. We tried to stay connected, sharing our days, our worries, our hopes through screens. We clung to the hope of her return. We counted down the days, dreaming of the moment we would be reunited. We yearned for the day our family would be whole again. Life went on, though. The world didn't stop for our personal struggles. I juggled work and caring for our children. It was a balancing act, trying to be both mom and dad, employee and caregiver. It was a constant struggle, but we faced it together. Or so I thought. The reality was, the strain was taking its toll on all of us. The kids missed their mom, and I was exhausted, trying to keep everything together. We were all just trying to survive, hoping that one day things would go back to normal. As months turned into a year, I started noticing changes. Her calls became less frequent. Her texts were short and distant. She seemed preoccupied, her mind miles away. I pushed down the knot of unease in my stomach. I told myself it was the stress of her job. I tried to be understanding, but the signs were hard to ignore. Her social media told a different story. Pictures with friends, outings with colleagues, a life that didn't seem to include us. The doubts gnawed at me. Was I being paranoid? Was I letting my imagination run wild? My world shattered on a cold, impersonal computer screen. The digital glow seemed to mock the warmth I once felt in my marriage. While checking her email for a document, I stumbled upon a message that confirmed my worst fears. It was a moment that would forever change the course of my life. It was from another man, words of intimacy, words that should have been reserved for me, but were instead shared with a stranger, declarations of love. My heart pounded in my chest. Each word felt like a dagger, piercing deeper into my soul. I felt sick to my stomach. The betrayal cut deep. It was a physical pain, a visceral reaction to the emotional torment. It wasn't just the affair, it was the lies, the deceit, the years of secrets. Every memory we had built together now felt tainted, every moment a potential lie. My wife, the woman I vowed to spend my life with, had been living a double life. The trust we had was shattered, replaced by a chasm of betrayal. The pain was unbearable. I felt lost and alone, drowning in a sea of anger, confusion, and heartbreak. The future seemed bleak, and the past was now a haunting reminder of what I thought we had. I couldn't help but wonder how long this had been going on. How many moments of our life together had been a lie? The questions were endless, and the answers were too painful to bear. I wandered through the days in a daze, trying to make sense of the chaos that had become my life. The betrayal was a wound that refused to heal, a constant reminder of the love that had been lost. In the quiet moments, the weight of the betrayal would crash over me like a tidal wave, leaving me gasping for breath. The life I had known was gone, replaced by a painful new reality. As I stared at my reflection, I realized that I had a choice to make. I could let this betrayal define me, or I could find a way to move forward. The road ahead was uncertain, but I knew I had to take the first step. To make matters worse, I was already battling my own demons. Years ago, I was diagnosed with insert medical condition. It's a chronic illness that affects mention the areas of your life it affects. It's a constant companion, a shadow I can never outrun. Managing my condition is a full-time job. Doctor's appointments, medications, therapies, they've become as routine as brushing my teeth. There are good days and bad days, days when I feel almost normal, and days when the pain is so intense it brings me to my knees. Section 5. A Father's Struggle, Parenting with a Disability. This is a journey filled with unique challenges and profound moments of resilience. Being a single parent is challenging enough. The responsibilities are immense, and the emotional toll can be overwhelming. Being a single parent with a disability adds another layer of complexity. It's not just about managing the household or ensuring the kids are fed and clothed. It's about navigating a world that often isn't designed for you. There are days when I struggle to get out of bed, let alone care for my children. The physical pain can be excruciating, and the mental strain is equally taxing. Simple tasks, like playing catch or helping with homework, become monumental efforts. Every action requires careful planning and immense energy, but I push through the pain. I have to. My children need me. They rely on me for support, guidance, and love. They are my reason for living, my motivation to keep going. Their smiles, their laughter, and their achievements make every struggle worthwhile. I may not be able to give them everything they want, but I give them all the love I have. Love that is boundless and unconditional. I teach them resilience, empathy, and the importance of never giving up, no matter the odds. We share moments of joy, laughter, and sometimes tears. These moments are precious and remind me that despite the challenges, there is beauty in our journey. I also find strength in the support of my community. Friends, family, and even strangers who understand and lend a helping hand. Their support is invaluable and reminds me that I am not alone in this journey. Despite the hardships, I remain hopeful. Hopeful that my children will grow up to be compassionate and strong individuals. Hopeful that they will understand the value of perseverance and love. In the end, it's not about the struggles we face, but the love we share and the memories we create. This is what makes our family strong and unbreakable. Section 6. The silence is deafening. Unanswered questions. The hardest part, the unanswered questions. Why? How could she do this to us? To our family? The silence from her is deafening. No explanations, no apologies, just radio silence. The lack of closure is agonizing. It's like a wound that refuses to heal, constantly open and raw. I'm left to pick up the pieces of our shattered lives, to explain the unexplainable to our children. Section 7. Picking up the pieces. Finding strength in the storm. Despite the pain, I refuse to let this break me. I am determined to be strong, for myself and my children. I've started therapy, both individual and family. It's a safe space to process my emotions, to navigate this uncharted territory. My children are my rock. Their laughter, their hugs, their unconditional love, they are my lifeline. I find solace in their smiles, strength in their resilience. They are the reason I keep going, the light that guides me through the darkness. Section 8. A plea for understanding. Your experiences matter. To anyone else going through something similar, you are not alone. Your pain is valid. Your story matters. Betrayal is a devastating experience, one that can leave you feeling lost and broken. Reach out for support. Talk to a therapist, a trusted friend, a family member. Join a support group. Sharing your story, even if it's just with one person, can make a world of difference. Section 9. Moving forward, one step at a time. Healing takes time. There will be good days and bad days. There will be moments of anger, sadness, and despair. But there will also be moments of hope, joy, and resilience. Focus on the present moment. Take things one day at a time. Celebrate small victories. Remember that you are stronger than you think. You will get through this. Section 10. Finding hope. Embracing the future. The future may be uncertain, but I refuse to live in fear or bitterness. I choose to focus on the positive. I choose to embrace the future with open arms. I choose to believe in love, in hope, in the possibility of happiness. This experience has changed me, but it hasn't broken me. It has taught me the importance of self-love, the power of forgiveness, and the unwavering strength of the human spirit. I am a survivor. I am a warrior, and I will come out of this stronger than ever before.